Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth, and let's chat about the Faculty Lounge. This is a fictional story that takes place in a Texas high school called Baldwin High, and you follow staff, administrators, and faculties through their teaching years at this school and their personal lives. If you like reading stories that take place in a school setting, then maybe this book is for you. I loved watching the show Principals, and I would imagine like AP Bio, that show would also kind of be in that same category. So there are a couple stories in this book that you'll follow. You have the main story, and of course, you have like all the other sub stories within that. So the main story is about Mr. Lair and his history of teaching there and how he affected everyone that's worked with him. And then the sub stories are these other teachers that worked with Mr. Lair, but you also see a little bit of their like personal lives or their issues and things like that. So this book was really cool with how the author brought the stories together. I mean, of course, there's some drama that happens in this book that is very relatable. Even if you don't work in a school setting, I'm sure you could apply like a lot of these situations in like an office setting or something like that. You know what I mean? So, like, these things that these teachers feel and deal with are definitely relatable, even if you again don't work in a school environment. Um, I appreciate all the different topics that the author goes into with a lot of the things that the teachers deal with. So I loved reading about that. I will say there was a dislike for me. I'm going to call out chapter 11. So if you read this book, you'll know what I mean when I say chapter 11. For me, that was a very touchy subject. I'm not sure or comfortable if I was like in that situation to like, I'll just say like overstep my boundaries. I'll just say that. There's yeah, so you'll follow stories of wins, losses, teachers dealing with some vices, inappropriate behavior. So there's all sorts of stories mixed within this. I loved hearing the different perspectives of what they thought of Mr. Lair. I always love reading stories like that. There are a couple teachers in this book that I really love. There's Miss Brennan's story and then Miss Jackson's story really felt touching to me. And Mr. Lair too, of course. Like he has some stories that were very touching, especially the story when he was talking to oh my gosh, I'm like totally forgetting her name right now, but um he was like basically practicing Spanish with her. So that was like one of my favorite stories in the book. Um, very real, very raw. A lot of the emotions in this book too. So definitely enjoyed reading it. Um, I would give this a 4 stars. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you had a favorite teacher too. Oh, and I really wanted to appreciate this topic of when you're like new at something and you're nervous and you have that like mentor, again, whether it's in the office setting, school setting, wherever, you have this mentor really looking out for you. And so I really appreciated that. And it just reminded me like, okay, whenever you're starting something new, you have to remember with everything, it takes time to get used to things. It takes time to anticipate things, right? Once you do something, you're going to know it like the back of your hand. And so it was just very inspiring to be reminded reading this story of like you have people in your corner supporting you. You know, not everyone's going to be against you, and they're going to be so happy to help you and show you the ropes on how things are done. So I appreciate that, and I felt like it was definitely like a full circle too of how the story ended. So loved how the story ended too. Kept my engagement, so would definitely recommend. Okay, like always, please let me know your thoughts. Did you like this book? Did you like this book? Who's your favorite character? Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Happy reading and be good examples.